Hello everybody, welcome back to an edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC. I'm your host, Leandro Ma, and in this video what we're going to see is the static text that we have in the software. So let's go to the application. So continue with the different options that we have in this module to see. We've already seen the line and rectangle. Now is the turn of the static text. So basically it's just a text that we're going to put there, but I want to show you all the different properties that we have for that specific object. So once we have a page selected, then we can use the insert static. That basically is a static text. So click over there and just put it on wherever you want. So you can move it, okay? You can define the name, the string size, okay? Here the number of characters has been increased because I changed this, okay, 4, but that will change depending on the text that you have. So here in the text property, we're going to introduce our text. So it's going to be hello world. You can see here it's just 4 characters. So it's hell, but in order to increase that, we can manually use here to increase, or we can change on the text and define, I don't know, 10 more, 15. Okay, so we have this. Now we have the possibility to change the background and the text color. So background black and the text color in white. That's one way to do it. Usually use background white and text in black. Okay. You also have the possibility to change when this one is selected. By default is not selected because it's just an static text and I'm going to do anything with it. We have also to change the appearance, just to have this over here. To be honest, this is the first time I've seen it. And that's the first time I never use it. It's just flat text without anything at all. We have the possibility to use borders. So if I select one, you just have a black border, okay? And then you can change the color or just define 0 so it doesn't have anything, but you can increase that. To be honest, I just leave it in 0 because it's just an indication and it's an idea for me to know that there is an object that I can select, okay? So I just leave it in border 0. Everything that is not selectable, I usually put border 0. So I have the idea that that thing, that object is not selectable, okay? But that is how I usually work. You can do whatever you want as always. So the other thing that we have is number of charts that we already seen that. We have the alignment. So here we have the left, so everything to the left, or we can use right, or we can use center. Okay, which is fine. The other thing that we can do is to change the font. So we can import fonts. I'm going to explain that later in a different video. But here we have the font. By default, we have these two, but we have the possibility to import. And I believe the HVAC Center have created some fonts for us to use. If you don't have it, you can ask the technical support in your country in order for them to provide you this. So we also have the possibility to use visible, true, but you can assign a variable. Oops. Here you can assign a variable or an expression. So based on the variable, if it's true or false, that a static text will be visible or not, okay? So if it's true, it's going to be visible. False, it isn't, okay? So let's create just a variable just to show you. And let's see if it works. Show. Yes, I know, I haven't defined the type, bool. So I'm going to use over here the variable show. So I'm going to change this to something much bigger. Hello world, visible. I'm going to select that to show, which is this variable. And then let's simulate this and see what happens. So here, now I'm going to download this. So you can see it's number 0, it's not shown. Then if I select this and I change to 1, it should appear. There is another thing that we should know. So good to show this. So that visible is doing something, okay, in the background. It's doing it. It works. The thing is that all the objects that we're gonna work with has this property called refresh. This refresh is related to the change on some of the parameters that we gonna have, if that will be shown on the display. Okay. If you're using visibility, you just need to select refresh yes. That's the only thing. So I'm going to change this to true. Or you can use a variable and you can use the same one. We can use the same one. Let's check it out. I'm going to use the same variable, okay, and see what happens. No, it's not going to work. We can see it. If it's the same, fine. If not, we can put it in true and select another variable. There we go. Yeah, it's not going to work as I want. No. We need to use a different variable. So we can use a different variable, but set this always to true. Okay, because this refresh is to refresh with the value that we're gonna enter. So let's load this again and test it out. So right now is the value 0, which is fine. It's not visible. Now I want this to be visible. Okay, now I'm going to put this in 0 and it's not back again. Okay, so putting the same variable here, I was thinking that wasn't going to work. So yeah, that was correct. So just put refresh true if you have this property over there in order to use, okay, the visible. Okay, and I believe that should be it for it. There's nothing else that I'm aware. You have this before update, after update, but I never use it. But anyway, you have those events that you can attach for a procedure, okay. But these are all the parameters you can have the possibility to change on this object for the static text, okay. Remember the font and remember the characters that you can use. Okay, so this is it for the static text. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.